There is an atrocity of humanity taking place right now in another corner of the world that most people have never heard about. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, one of the most dangerous places on earth right now, especially if you are a woman.
Up until then, I didn't know where Congo was. I did not know there was a war happening there. Lisa Ling, I remember in that report, called it the worst place on earth and the most ignored.
In 6 years, about 4 million people have been killed. 4 million people, and no one is paying attention.
And Oprah was very pointed in that show, too. I mean, I remember she looked at the camera and said,
"Now that you know, you can't pretend that you don't. Find out what you can do today." We'll be right back.
I did the one thing that they suggested on the show, which was sign up to sponsor through Women for Women International. Their founder was on the show, Zainab Salbi.
First of all, why haven't we heard?
You know, as much as I hate to say it, it is Africa, and not many people care about Africa. You asked where we got the weapons. Well, they got the weapons from the countries that manufacture them, Europe, America, but we don't pay attention to the consequences of how these weapons are used. The other continents, the forgotten, these people are doing this to each other.
And people think they're savages anyway, and so it's okay.
Absolutely.
I've grown to believe that there is no greater threat to human security on this planet than our well-trained capacity to flip off our empathy switch. And when we feed into stereotypes like that about Africa, that is what we're doing. We're looking for a way to call Africa something other, that somehow this kind of violence, this kind of suffering is inherent to the landscape, and that maybe it feels different to be a woman watching your child die in a place that the world calls the heart of darkness. You know, that doesn't feel as bad, or to be gang raped in front of your family doesn't feel as bad because it's expected there.
To understand what's happening here, you have to go back more than a decade. When the genocide that claimed nearly 1 million lives in neighboring Rwanda spilled over into Congo.
For me, the Congo War is an extension of the Rwandese genocide. That war stopped, and the Interahamwe, the killers, escaped to Congo. And it's an example that when you don't act to stop injustice, then it only spread.
The most frequent targets of this hidden war are women, and the weapon used to destroy them, their families, and whole communities is rape.
For a lot of families in Eastern Congo, every day is basically a Sophie's choice. To either go out to their farms and risk rape, or stay home and watch their children starve, so they would risk going out to their fields.
I don't think Americans can really get a grip on what this means. We had a hearing about rape as a weapon of war. And it isn't just a matter of a soldier raping a woman. It is using rape to terrorize not only that woman and her family and the village, but many others.
Usually raped women are not killed. They are tortured, mutilated, but they are often not killed. And they are released impregnated. And it's sort of going and telling your enemy, I am sending your women with my child. And so when you rape, you assume her family is going to abandon her.
We need to speak out and do more to try to stop it from occurring.